Morning. George Heller, West 80 South Poles. So we're like 8 days removed from the grazing school. It's Sunday, September, what would it be? 24th, I think. And we just unrolled first bale of hay for these girls over here on the big farm. We just haven't gotten the moisture this year. I mean, we did get some rain last night. I don't know how much. It don't really make much of a difference at this point. But we've only gotten about 4 inches of rain since April. So it's been a tough go this year. We made it through on this tip grazing principle that I heard about from Greg Judy, and that's pretty much got us through this year. We're running all this many cattle, and we had up until a few weeks ago, we had about 100 sheep out here too, counting all the lambs. And it's, pure sand. It's really, here's my gopher mound. That's what we got. Okay. A lot of people know that, I guess, already, but we've been able to keep some condition on these animals all throughout the summer just by the tip grazing. I know there's a lot of people promoting this total grazing business. They're not telling you the whole thing. They're not telling you exactly what they're doing. They've got parts of the farm they rest, parts of the farm they graze to nothing. It really is not a simple system. It's a very complicated system. When we're looking for manageability and profitability, we don't want to have something that's complicated. We need to keep it simple. Primary reason people don't partake in holistic management is because it gets so complicated. Well, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's really just as simple as moving the animals every day and giving them enough so they're not mowing it down, and just keep moving them. But keep moving. That's the main thing. You just keep moving, and don't let them chew it down to nothing. Keep going. I mean, this last time we finally had to resort to some hay. Finally, at the end of the year, it's September 22nd. We've been grazing since May 5th or 6th or something like that. We started right here. This is right where we started last May. I'll take you over to a couple other spots here in a little bit and kind of show you what's going on. Come on, Shape. Shape. I'll get these girls moved here. So I don't know, the total, if I would have done total grazing here, let them mow it down to nothing, I don't have enough ground to let that come back. Plus 4 inches of rain in the sand doesn't grow a golf course back. You have to water it, and we don't irrigate, so that's out of the question. You can see, our pasture ain't nothing. It's nothing special. It's pretty lousy. That's it. It's all grass we've been able to grow on. I'll show you outside the fence. I'll show you how much is actually even growing all year, not grazed. Okay, right there. That's it. That's all there is. That grass is, the taller pieces are 16 inches tall. The lower stuff's about 6. And it's not much better than what's in here. Sorry about pointing at the ground there. But what I'm getting at is this tip grazing thing where you just take the top third, in general. That's the goal, is to just take the top third. That's where all the energy is. And when you're grazing, you're in the solar energy business. So when you're in the solar energy business, you want to be collecting it the most amount of energy that you can. And if you are up in the tips, come on girls, come boss. If you're up in the tips, that's where all the energy is. So you're collecting the most energy and you're getting the most efficiency out of your cattle. That's how you keep body condition on. That's how you make gains when you're running stockers. You wanna get the most amount of energy you can every day. That's why you move them every day, so they're not getting that second bite, the so-called second bite that we hear about. That's important. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come, boss. Come, boss. They're a little reluctant. I normally move them in the evening, so they're a little bit off. There we go. We got that. Come on, buddy. Come, boss. Come, boss. Sheep, sheep, sheep. There, we can get Stella to come with us. It's kind of our lead ewe. She's kind of our lead animal. Leads everybody. Oh, just about tripped there. So, yeah, I decided to unroll some hay because, I just haven't grown any grass. So, rather than pushing them too hard and letting their conditions suffer, I wanted to get ahead of it. Going into winter, we're gonna have a frost here probably next week. We can have a frost anytime. We've actually had a frost already, not a killing frost, but we've had 31 degrees already in the morning. Seen some frost on some rooftops. So we're pretty much at the end of our growing season. It's quite short. We don't get a lot of time to grow grass, and when we don't get any rain, that just makes it all the more difficult. But this, I'm going to say it again, this tip grazing thing is that's like money in the bank. There's just no way we could have grazed this all season with what we have here. The neighbor has 12 cows in a pasture, open cows, I should say. They never got bred last year. They just didn't get a bull. They just ran out of time. It's not their occupation. But they're running a dozen cows on more acres than I got here, and they don't have any grass. They've been feeding hay. Pretty much everybody around's been feeding hay for a while now. So I just decided, rather than pushing them too hard and pushing the ground too hard, I needed to get ahead of it and start putting some carbon down in some lousy spots, because where I unrolled it's pretty lousy. Some spots are good, like here. This is the result of unrolling hay right here. It's not the best grass, but it's a good 8-10 inches high over here. This is just a really small patch that actually has grass. We'll go over here and show you kind of what's going on here. It's why I chose this spot, mainly because it was the next paddock, but pretty much every paddock on this farm needs improvement, so it's not really too tough of a choice where to roll it out at. Yeah, you can see it's pretty sandy here. Very sparse grass. Meadow foxtail here. So this was grazed just, I want to say just 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think we were here just maybe 15, 16 days ago. That's how fast we moved through the whole farm. We just zoomed through the whole farm in like 2 weeks. Normally in the summertime, like in the springtime, it'd take me about 35, 40 days to get around. You know, if we had some good grass, which we don't. So yeah, that's a lot of the reason why I'm deciding to start feed hay here, because I want to slow them down. We did get some rain last night, so there is a possibility of growing some more grass. And kind of the better paddocks are out there in the trees, and then over there is some better grass. So I'm gonna kind of feed them some hay on some lousy spots for a little while, and then see if some grass will grow on the better spots, and then I can kind of go back to them and graze them off. It's Kendall at Reject Ranch, that's kind of what they do in the fall. They start feeding hay a little earlier so they can grow some stockpile. They've been in a bad drought all year too. Haven't been getting much for rain. A nice looking bull calf. But I mean, they got pretty good condition on them. We should get on the left side and see. I noticed a few of them had some sunken rumens. And the bulls looked like they were maybe losing just a little bit of condition. I didn't really like the way their back end's looking and their rumens looking, so I wanted to give them a little extra here. Rumens right here, right there. You see that triangle? She's sunken a little. I don't like that. That's not good. We want to keep that full so they continue to grow and put on pounds and grow calves inside them. It's getting pretty long here. I'm going to show you this. Tool here.